Welcome to the Community Producers. I'm your host, Chris Jones. The Community Producers features stories and segments produced right here in Southern Alberta. In this first segment, we take a look at the Lethbridge Hurricanes' WHL season and playoff run.
Another Western Hockey League season has wrapped up for the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and despite losing out late in the playoffs, it turned out to be a very good year. As a 500 club, the Canes found a way to make it back to the Eastern Conference Final for a second year in a row, only to lose out to the new champs from Swift Current. The man in charge, though, says it sure didn't start out well in the first half of the season.
I think that we really struggled in the first half to really have any kind of consistency, and it seemed almost like we, just weren't sharp and maybe a little complacent in a lot of ways. We had an older defense. We had a real good goaltender. We just thought and then I think that losing Vandervlis, first of all, not having Manel come back, I thought really hit our team hard because it kind of changed things. And then right away we made the deal to get Tate Olson, who was a little later getting ready with his shoulder. Vandervlis then hurt his shoulder, so he was done for the year. So there was a couple things that happened early that I thought really played a part in our team and in our dressing room, I think, in a lot of cases.
After the Christmas break, however, things positively changed for Lethbridge. Peter Anholt made a blockbuster trade with Swift Current, which some fans thought would be the end of the Hurricanes for the season. But that certainly wasn't the case.
And so for us, it made some sense to move some older guys, even though it was probably one of the worst days of my life in a lot of ways. And yet, from an organizational standpoint, we just felt that because of the division the way it was, we felt that we could at least win a couple rounds, and if we did, we'd get to the Eastern Conference Final. And really, I think it surprised some people, but it really didn't surprise us in our room, in our coaching staff's room. It didn't surprise us a bit because of how things were laid out. There were some things that happened through the year and how guys developed and how guys played, which really brought it on. Fliddell was really, really good for us. Morrison, we wouldn't have got where we got to in the playoffs without the job that Morrison did for us, and Olsen and guys like that. So, I think that really when it's all said and done, it puts us in a real good situation to be good, over a longer period of time, and I think that that's what you really strive for.
The Hurricanes should be a force to be reckoned with in the Central Division come the 2018-19 season starting this fall, with the likes of Jordy Bellerive, Dylan Cousins, Logan Barloggy, and others leading the charge. Anholt knows it won't be easy when it comes to some decisions which have to be made in the next few months, but he's confident this will be a very good team.
So up front, I think we've got some really good depth, and we've got some pieces, and we're going to have some serious decisions to make with our front end. I think our back end, we've got some work to do to shore it up. But that being said, our younger guys should take a whole different step. Addison, Cousins, Barloggy, guys like that should all take a step. And I believe that even our guys that are 99s should take a step. Joseph, we believe there's more there for us. But our back end, I think we have to maybe do some things to shore it up. And right now we're comfortable to go into the year with Clausen and Tedachuk and Thompson. But if we get a chance to shore that position up, we will too. That's the process.
One thing is for sure, the Hurricanes had another great season on paper. The final numbers aren't in just yet, but the community-run franchise is expected to post another healthy profit. This was the third consecutive year the Canes have appeared in the postseason, and the long playoff runs have translated into money in the bank. For a club which was losing piles of cash just a few seasons ago, the financial fortunes have changed a great deal.
Ultimately, it's the on-ice product that sets the tone. That's first and foremost. You can do all the marketing that you want, but ultimately it's what you put on the ice, and that you have a chance to win on any given night. And then also, I mean, our organization has probably had more home playoff dates in the last 2 years than any other team in our whole league. So that says a lot about our organization and the job that our office staff has done for us to keep things rolling up there. Has been just, led by Terry Huseman, but the board led by Doug Paisley and Reed Williams and the rest of them. I mean, they give us the opportunity to do our job, and they let us do our job and give us some guidelines, but for the most part they let us do our jobs, and that's first and foremost in the whole thing. It starts from the top, and I can't say enough about what our board has done for us as a staff. And then our coaching staff has been really, really good over the last number of years, and I look at this year alone, the job that Brent Kissio and his staff did for Brad Morrison. Just you want to isolate a situation. The job that they did with Brad Morrison might arguably, in my mind, might be the greatest coaching job I've ever seen. So that says a lot about what we do for our players. We want our players to be pros. We treat them like pros. We get them to act like pros. And I think we've really, really taken a step with that. And not that it wasn't done before. It's just that we kind of have found a niche and found a way to have a little bit more success. And we're really proud of what we've done here. But we're not satisfied. We think there's more to be done, and we think that we've got the people to do it.
For the community producers, I'm Pat Sidlecki.
Up next, Constable Kara Hagan brings us this month's edition of Cop Beat.
So I'm Constable Hagan with Lethbridge Police Service, and on this segment of Cop Beat with Shaw TV and community producers, we're going to talk about the recent rash of theft from vehicles that we're seeing in the city here. So a few tips, and we go over this every time. Lock your doors. Make sure that you keep your vehicle doors locked all the time. People will check the handles. They walk along, they check in door handles to see if the door is unlocked. If the door is unlocked, they'll go in. They will scan through your vehicle, find whatever they can. We also recommend that you don't leave your garage door opener inside your vehicle, especially if you park your vehicle outside, because that then gives direct access into your garage, which can then give direct access into your house. So if you are parking outside, take your garage door opener out of there, take anything of value. Do not leave purses, wallets, sunglasses, cameras, nothing. Do not leave GPSs. Do not leave anything of value in view of the vehicle, because we do then find that people will actually smash the window to just grab the articles that are of value to these people. So take everything out of your vehicle, lock your doors, remove your garage door opener, and just remember that if you are parking outside or on a different place that you would normally park, to make sure that everything is out, it's secure, and you don't leave it there longer than necessary. Another thing we like to remind people is to not leave your spare set of keys inside your vehicle. So if you are parking outside or wherever you're parking, do not leave that spare set in the console, the glove box. Even if it's out of sight, do not leave the spare key in your vehicle. That then allows for really a crime of opportunity to now take your vehicle, and then we usually have a little bit more of an issue with the stolen vehicle as well. But what else we have on our spare keys is typically a house key or a key to the cabin or wherever. But if you have your house key on there and you have your registration and insurance in your vehicle, you've now given an address that coincides with this extra key. So please do not leave spare keys in the vehicle.
In this next segment, Skylar from the Lethbridge Animal Shelter shows us some pets looking for their forever homes.
I'm Officer Skylar Plord with Lethbridge Animal Services. You're watching Pet Talk on Community Producers. This month's edition, we're going to talk about summer pet safety, but first, let's look at some of the adoptable animals at the shelter. This pretty lady is Lucinda. Lucinda was found as a stray on the north side of the city back in January and turned into the animal shelter. Lucinda has since given birth to some kittens who have now all been adopted into new homes. Lucinda is very playful and she is looking for her loving forever home. Klondike is an older male cat who was turned into the animal shelter and never claimed. This big boy loves to give hugs once he warms up to you, and we estimate his age to be about 4 years old. Klondike has been neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. This is Tuddles. Tuddles was turned into Animal Services in March and is now available for adoption. Tuddles is very playful and affectionate. If you're interested in any of the animals we have available for adoption at the shelter, you can stop by and visit. Give us a call at 403-320-4099, or you can check out their profiles on Facebook at Lethbridge Animal Services. And don't forget, you can share photos, videos, and stories of our adoptable pets using the hashtag #OptToAdoptYQL. With the warmer weather, our office does receive more calls about dogs left unattended in vehicles. It's really important to remember the dangers of the inside of a car in the hot weather. Leaving your pet even just for a few minutes with the windows cracked and parked in the shade can be deadly. After just 10 minutes of being parked outside, the vehicle can reach a temperature of 10 degrees higher than the outside, and after 20 minutes, it could reach double that. On days where it's only 28 degrees, it's only a matter of time before the inside of the vehicle could become 40 degrees Celsius. We also like to remind pet owners that it's important not to transport your pets loose in the box of a pickup truck. If you have your dog with you, ensure they're inside the cab, not distracting the driver, and if they are in the box of an open pickup truck, to ensure that they have been tethered or in a secure kennel.
Stay tuned, there's more community producers to come after the break.
Hi, I'm Norm Lepard. I'm the chairman of the Southern Alberta Senior Golf Association, and I want to thank Shaw very much for agreeing to promote our tournament. The 69th annual Southern Alberta Senior Golf Classic takes place this year. Beautiful McGrath Golf and Country Club on June 25th and June 26th. And we're really excited to announce that Trucktown is our major sponsor again this year. The format is open to all players 50 years and older as of June 25th, 2018. All players must have a current Royal Canadian Golf Association index. And on day one, we have a singles event and a two-man best ball, which is combined. And on day two, we have the two-man scramble. We've been having a charity of choice each year, and we're very, very happy that each year some charity can benefit from this tournament. A portion of the fees and money from the sponsors goes to charity of choice, and what we do is we let our major sponsor pick their charity of choice, and their choice this year is Big Brothers and Big Sisters, so we will be issuing a check to them. So once again, we invite you to the 69th annual Southern Alberta Senior Men's Golf Classic, June 25th and 26th, the beautiful McGrath Golf and Country Club, and call the McGrath Golf and Country Club to enter. Only paid entries get a chance to play in our prestigious tournament, so please enter soon.
Excited about this year's Whoop Up Days? Doug from Exhibition Park is here to talk to us about some things you won't want to miss.
We've got a great lineup on the Gas King stage, of course, with music, and our lead-off night is the Budweiser Bash on Tuesday night. It's a separate ticket for $35, $45 at the gate, gets you into that concert and also gets you through the gate. So, but we've only got room for 3,000 people in Pioneer Park. We're doing all the concerts this year in Pioneer Park versus last year when we had our 120th anniversary and lined it up with Canada's 150. Bucking and Barrels, our rodeo entertainment, is set to go again, Canada versus USA, and we're happy with that. We've got the trapeze artists coming in outside. We're taking the family stage this year inside into the South Pavilion. And in the West Pavilion, we're actually creating an innovation pavilion where it's a contest of people that want to pitch their products. And then there'll be educational demonstrations too. So we're working on that, and that's a new feature. Of course, the parade is Tuesday, the 21st of August at 10 o'clock, coming out of Park Place Shopping Center. And Park Place this year is our sponsor for the parade, so we're happy to have them along too. So all in all, adding in the Midway and then the major fireworks on Saturday night to close everything out, it looks like we've got a pretty good package for family, friends, and even your enemies if you want to bring them along. Of course, everything's on social media, all our platforms, as well as exhibitionpark.ca and the website. And further to that, if you have more questions, just fill out the Contact Us form, and you'll come to me and we'll get an answer back to you as soon as we can.
Hi Shaw viewers, I'm Sharon Pete, and I am lucky enough to be the Artistic Director of New West Theatre. And with me here today is
Derek Stevenson, General Manager of New West Theatre.
We are tickled pink and really excited to be here to bring you the brand new season for New West. In the year 1819, we have great shows planned for you, and we're going to run them down for you so that you can get your tickets as soon as possible. Right off the bat, we're doing a show called $1 Million Quartet, and it's the first time in 25 years that New West has done a musical. This musical is an Tony Award-winning story of a night in 1956 when Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, and Carl Perkins got together for an impromptu jam session and created the greatest rock and roll band of all time. Following $1 Million Quartet, we have
Nightlife, our adult 18-plus cabaret show, back by popular demand. We're very excited to bring this back for 2 nights only in November. And then next we have
We're going into the Christmas season, and we start with a show for the little ones called Munch, and Munch will be at the Casa, and following that we do a comedy review, and that comedy review is Hit Parade, and Hit Parade is all of the greatest hits of New West.
And because we haven't had our Yates Open yet this summer, we've moved our comedy review show into February this year, and it's called Rockers Gone Country. It's a really exciting country rock genre mix show, and it's going to be over the Valentine's Day time, so it'll be a perfect date night.
And we're going to finish our season out with a hard-hitting issues play called Girls Like That. And Girls Like That takes a look at teenagers and the internet and what is appropriate and inappropriate with use of the internet. So that is the exciting season that New West has planned for you. I was really fortunate to be able to audition a whole pile of artists for the roles in $1 Million Quartet. And we brought with us today Devin Brain, because Devin Brain was fortunate enough to win the role of Johnny Cash. So just to give you a little sneak preview of what $1 Million Quartet is going to be like, we have Devin Brain.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rollin' on down to San Antonio.
Welcome to the Future of Science at the University of Lethbridge. The Science and Academic Building is a celebration of discovery and innovation among our students and our researchers, past, present, and future. We are quickly progressing toward our fall 2019 opening date. The infrastructure for a flexible and adaptable shared research space is taking shape. augmenting our capacity for collaborative research pursuits that are transdisciplinary in nature. The interior glass walls will put science on display, enhancing our students' learning experience.
Public think that scientists and researchers and trainees are doing something that they don't understand necessarily, and they need to know what we do and they need to know how we do it.
The exterior glasswork will form an important part of the double facade, which reduces the environmental footprint of our research and teaching activities.
I would venture to say that this is likely to be the most sustainable science building in Canada, if not in North America.
The new Makerspace and Outreach Centre will invigorate our ability to engage with the Lethbridge community and with our future learners. No one could have imagined the breadth and impact of the scientific research that would be carried on within the walls of University Hall. While staying true to the original architectural philosophy of University Hall, it also releases our scientists from the constraints on collaborative and transdisciplinary research imposed by a building that was designed in the late 1960s.
It feels more open, it feels more functional already, and there's not even the shelving and the other pieces in there yet, right? And so I think that students will get a sense of that too.
This facility is going to lead to new scientific discoveries for the benefit of humankind. It's going to increase our research capacity, our ability to attract the best and brightest graduate and undergraduate students, our ability to attract funding, to forge partnerships with industry, and to improve the regional economy. And ultimately, we're going to inspire the next generation of students as they embark upon their scientific careers. The location of the Science and Academic Building provides spectacular views of nature in Blackfoot Treaty 7 territory, as well as new sightlines on campus. It also represents a historic moment for the U of L as we finally complete the loop on campus. The facility will connect with the north end of University Hall. A grand hallway will pass 3 classrooms and lead to a vibrant atrium. Magnificent coulee views will be seen along the way. Students, staff, and faculty will be able to easily transition between the 2 buildings without going outdoors.
It will transform the campus. This is the most significant project since the Erickson building has been built.
Go to destinationproject.ca to imagine the shape of your future in Canada's newest science and academic building.
That wraps up this edition of the Community Producers. I'm Chris Jones. If you have any story or segment ideas, please send them to shawtv.lethbridge@sjrb.ca. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.